Welcome to Machine Coding Interview. I am Sanjay, and in this course, we will discuss the class diagram for hotel management system. So, let's see how we can create a class diagram from the given requirements. So, the first requirement is each hotel should have a separate inventory of rooms. So, we have created a hotel class from this requirement, and in this requirement, we have a room also. So, we have created a room. Okay, the room will be having the room number and price per day, and hotel will be having the name. Then the system should be able to manage different room types. So the system is the application itself, so for that we are not making any class, but for the room type we have the status. For the room type we have this enumeration, so we can have deluxe, suite and family room. So the room types can be deluxe, suite and family etc. The next requirement is customer can search available rooms based on the room type. So we have created a customer class, okay? And other than customer, we have the room here and the room type. So for room and room type, we have already created the classes. Customer can book multiple rooms for multiple dates. So here we have the booking. So here we can see that we can create one more class for booking. So we have created a booking, and in the booking we have the booking date, check-in date and check-out date. Then in the next requirement, customer can cancel the booking. So for cancellation, we will not create any class, but it will be just the status of the booking. So we have created a booking status class which will deal this kind of requirements like cancellation of the booking, check-in or the initiation of the booking, check-in time of booking, check-out time of booking. So this all requirements will be covered by using this enumeration, booking status. Then customer can check the booking history. So for the booking history, we are not going to create any class, but this requirement can be covered on the fly. So we will use some query in our application. That query will return all the past booking history of any customer. Customer can check availability of rooms for a specific date. So here we don't see any noun which can be created as class. Okay. What we can do is this availability can be the status. So this availability can be the status of the room. So we have created one availability status which has available, occupied and unavailable status. Based on this, customer can book the room. Customer can check the availability of the rooms on space. System should be able to generate the bill for the customer. So here we can create a bill. Here we can create a bill class. So we can see that we have a bill class here. So bill has the amount and pay date property. Then system should be able to send the bill to the customer via email. Okay. So we can create a class called email notification which will be triggered by the system. And also the system should be able to send bill to the customer via email. So here we have the email notification. So the SMS notification and email notification for performing this kind of operations. Then the system should be able to send booking confirmation via email. So this has already been covered. System should be able to send booking cancellation confirmation to the customer via email. So this will also come under notification. System should be able to send the booking reminder to the customer via email. So that booking reminder will also be a kind of notification. Customer can pay the bill online. So here we have the bill and then we have the status. Customer can pay the bill via cash, card or online. So here the next requirement is the bill at the hotel which will covered by the payment mode which is offline, which is the cash. The system should be able to tell which room is booked and which are available. So for this requirement, we have the availability status which can tell the customer if the room is available or not. Then housekeeping staff should be able to see the room status. So here we can see new class. Here we can see that a new class can be created from this housekeeping staff. So we have created one new class for this which is housekeeper. So housekeeper can do housekeeping related stuff. So we have created two classes. One is the housekeeper and the second is housekeeping. So housekeeping will be connected with the housekeeper and the room. Okay. So housekeeper will see the room status, and based on that he can start the housekeeping work. So housekeeping staff should be able to update the room status, and that's why we have created one more class which is housekeeping. Okay. A receptionist should be able to see the booking status. Now here we can create a class which is a receptionist. So here we have created a receptionist class which has the email ID and phone number property. The receptionist should be able to check the room status. So if they can check the status, it doesn't mean there should be any relationship between them. So from here we can create a receptionist class. A receptionist can add remove rooms from the inventory. So there can be the methods inside the receptionist class like add room, remove room. Admin can add and remove the receptionist. So here we can create the admin class which has the email ID and phone number. And inside the admin class we can add and remove the room and add and remove the receptionist and housekeeper. So generally in class diagram we show the properties because the properties are the important stuff in the class diagram. But if you want, you can also add methods inside all the classes like what all the operations this specific classes perform. Like in the notification will have the send method, bill calculation strategy will have calculate bill. So you can add all the methods if it is required, but the properties are the most important thing in the class diagram. Now we will see the cardinality between these classes. Cardinality means the relationship how these classes are connected with each other. So let's start from the customer. Okay, so let's start from the user. So we have created a user class. Now you can see that user is in bold and italic. It means user is an abstract class. So what is an abstract class here? So abstract class is just used for sharing the properties to its child. So here we have the username, first name, last name, password. Okay, so these four properties will be inherited by its child, which are admin, customer, receptionist and housekeeper. So admin will be having email ID and phone number, but other than that he will be having these four properties. The same way customer will also be having email ID and phone number and then these four properties. Receptionist will also be having email ID and phone number and then these four properties. And housekeeper will be having only the phone number and these four properties. I have just used the phone number because I thought that the housekeeper might not be so much educated to have the email ID. That's why he can have the phone number, but these four things are very much important for him. And then each user will be having the address. So the address class has these properties like street 1, 2, city, zip code, state and country. And then we will come to the hotel. So each hotel will have its name and each hotel will have its location. So the location is the address here. Then each hotel will have the number of rooms. So one hotel can have n number of rooms. And then each room can have amenities. Okay, like each room can have AC, TV, Wi-Fi, gym and swimming pool. One room can have multiple amenities. But we can also connect this amenity to the hotel because in some large hotel, in each room there can have the swimming pool. But some small hotels can have only one common swimming pool. So this amenity can be connected to the hotel also. Then the customer should be able to book the room. So for that we have created a booking class. So each booking class will be there for the room. But here you can see there is many to many relationship. Means one booking can be for multiple rooms. But one room can also be booked multiple times. And we are using the room inside the booking class. Means there will be a reference variable room which will be of type room, and this will reside inside the booking class. For each booking there will be a bill, and here we are using the composition relationship. Means if there is no booking then there will be no bill. So the billing will be dependent on the booking class life cycle. That's why we have the composition relationship, and this booking has the bill. And then each bill will be paid by either online, offline and cash. So here is the payment mode which is connected by bill. And once each bill is paid, its status will be paid, and if the bill is not paid, its status will be unpaid. So this billing and payment section, this we have covered in detail in the online shopping system. So if you want to understand how the billing and payment works in detail, you can go through that module. There we have completed entire payment flow in detail. So each booking will be having some booking status, okay? Whether the room is booked or not, whether the booking is initiated or cancelled, checked in or checked out. Then for each room, we have the availability status, okay? So here we have not mentioned any relationship, but what will be the relationship here? So the relationship will be one to many here, because there may be multiple occupied rooms in the hotel. There may be multiple unavailable rooms in the hotel. But this is not true for the room and availability status. Like one room will be either available or occupied or unavailable. One room cannot be having this both status, and that's why we have one to many relationship. And this is true for all the entity and class relationship. This will always be many to one relationship from enum to class, because we can take this example, the room and the room type. So there may be multiple deluxe room in the system, there may be multiple suite rooms in the system, there may be multiple family rooms in the system. But one room cannot be deluxe and suite both. One room cannot be deluxe and family both. And that's why there also we can have the one to many relationship. Okay. Then we have the housekeeping. So here you can see that we have added worker as a property. We should never use an object inside a class. I have just added it because of unavailability of the space. And why we should not do like this? Because if you are doing this, then there is no way to tell that how the housekeeping and housekeeper are related. So here I can just tell that housekeeping and housekeeper have the many to many relationship, because one housekeeper can do multiple housekeeping tasks, and one housekeeping task like cleaning the room can be performed by multiple housekeepers. And there between housekeeping and housekeeping activity, again this is a class and enum relationship. So this will be one to many relationship. So yeah, I think we have covered all the classes. Okay, so here we can see the bill calculation strategy, and we have the bill class. So always remember one thing, when we have a class to interface relationship, then we use the deadline. And here the bill class is using the bill calculation strategy for calculating the bill. Okay. So bill class is just using this strategy, and this strategy is then implemented by the two concrete classes, which is normal bill calculation strategy and peak season bill calculation strategy. So yeah, this is how we will create the class diagram from the requirements, and how we can establish the relationship between the classes. Okay, so that's it from this class. So let's meet in the next chapter. Thank you.